All right, welcome to Walmoore Holsteins. I'm going to show you our double 18 parallel milking parlor and a little bit about the prep of and how we milk our cows here. So on the left side here, the group is just being milked, and they're walking out and exiting. And then we have Carlos and Pablo in here milking this morning. And then they'll start bringing in another group of cows from the back. They'll walk in single file. You can look over here on the right, and you can see the milker machine. This cow's being milked. So this is called a milking unit or a milking claw. This is the claw part. These are called inflations. This is up on the cow's teats. Cows have 4 teats, part of her udder. And you can see the milk's kind of surging. And you may be able to hear in the background a noise. Well, that's what's going on here is we have a vacuum hose which sucks the milk out, but we also have a pulsator hose, and that's these are the air tubes which makes the pulsation work. So what happens is it simulates a calf milking, so it's squeezing in and out instead of a constant suction. This cow's almost done milking. You can see the very little flow of milk coming into the claw right now. And in a moment, the computer knows when her milk flow gets to a certain rate, it'll stop milking. When that happens, the vacuum shuts off, and a couple seconds later, this rope will pull up, and it'll take the unit off of the cow. When she's done, then we come back in with a what we call a post teat dip. There, it removed the machine, and we'll post dip this cow with this dip, which is a sanitizing solution basically, and it's a protectant that we want to put on the cow's teats to help her fend off any bacteria that might get on her teat ends in the next half hour to an hour. The cow's teat will naturally close up in about 20 minutes. So this is good for about an hour. So it allows that cow to helps her fend off any bad pathogens that we don't want her to get an infection or what we call mastitis in the udder. If she gets mastitis, we're not able to sell that milk for human consumption. So Carlos is going to jump down here behind us. So guys are just cleaning off the area where the cows are being milked. So we call that a deck flush system. As you can see, it's spraying. And then they're also using the hoses to clean off too. So just getting ready for that next group to come in. So Pablo just opened the back gate up. The cows will start walking single file. Of course, they're a little tentative because there's extra people here in the parlor. They're not used to extra people. They're used to the same folks every day. So, um, but they'll come on up, and then they'll make a right hand turn on this side or 90-degree turn, so that the guys were able to get to their udder and be able to prep their teats for milking and put the machines on. So there you go. You can see them turning, and then they'll start prepping here in a minute. So Carlos, our prep procedure here is for him to use these microfiber towel, and he wipes each teat off, dry wipes them. And there's 18 cows on the side, so he'll do the first 9, and then he'll come back here, and then he'll continue the next step of the procedure, which we'll show you here as soon as he gets to cow 9. Basically, we're trying to get any heavy dirt or debris off of the cow's teats. So the idea is to get them as clean and sanitized before we attach the machine, so that the milk is very clean, and that also helps the cow from getting an infection, possible mastitis infection in the future. So now he has what we call a foamer, which has a different type of teat dip on, and you can see it's blue in color. So that has a very quick it's a very quick sanitizer, and it takes about 30 seconds for it to um, sanitize or kill any bacteria that's on the teat end. So then he's also what we're calling stripping, as you can see, a couple squirts of milk out of each teat. What that does is tells the cow, hey, it's time for me to be milked, and it takes her about 90 seconds to be ready from when he does the stripping to say, hey, I need to let my milk down and be able to milk. So once he gets done 9 cows, he'll come back to the front here and then wipe that sanitizer teat dip off, as we call it, and then he'll start attaching the machine. That's a chlorine dioxide based teat dip. That's one of the common ones, and another common one is an iodine based. So very common kind of household items that we use. obviously formulated for this purpose, but we use them to sanitize the teats and clean everything up so that everybody's getting nice clean milk. So now he'll come back, he'll grab a new clean towel, and then he'll start wiping them off and attaching the milking unit. So he wipes them off, flips the towel, does it a second time. Then he'll push the button up there, and it's changed the cow number from 1099 to 1783 because this is a new cow. And then if you watch right down here, the milk starts to flow into the unit. So she's getting a good letdown immediately. She's well prepped. She says, hey, it's time to milk. Then if we scan back up here, you'll see that this is starting to count up. So she's given a pound of milk so far, and she'll start 1.3. It counts in 3/10 increments. And then, so you get the idea. Now, Carlos is continuing to move down. He's attached a second cow, now a third cow. You can hear the vacuum start up when he turns it on, and you can also hear the pulsation noises. So the average time that the milking machine is on a cow is about 5.5 minutes. And then, as I said earlier, that the machine knows, the computer knows when she's done being milked, and it will shut the vacuum off and remove it automatically. So you can see this cow's milking right along. So each of our cows has an ear tag, and they have a red collar on with a red transponder. You can probably see there. So that transponder is a computer chip. When they come in the milking parlor to be milked, it reads that chip is transponders unique to each cow. So for example, when this is the last cow that got milked, whenever we push this button to start the milking, it identifies the cow number, and then it resets this to 0. And as she's milking, we have a milk meter down here, and that reads and counts how many pounds of milk she gave. So the last cow here gave 32.2 pounds of milk while she was milking. For example, this cow here, number 1276, gave 39.8. So most of our cows are milked 3 times a day. So generally you would get that cow's giving about 3 times that amount of milk in a day. So to give you an example, milk weighs 8.6 pounds per gallon. So just on rough numbers, that last cow was giving almost 100 pounds a day, or about 12 gallons a day.